This is Dr. Shobana from Madras Diabetes Research Foundation. For the next few minutes, I am going to speak on the glycemic properties of finger millet or ragi. As we all know, finger millet is one of the most important millets and it is a rich source of dietary fiber, phytochemicals and calcium. What does it mean by glycemic property? It describes the sugar raising property of a food when it is consumed, and it is generally expressed as glycemic index. Why is glycemic index of a food important? Because high glycemic index foods tend to raise the blood sugar very rapidly and creates an increased insulin demand from the pancreas and seem to mediate type 2 diabetes through insulin resistance. We at MDRF, that is Madras Diabetes Research Foundation, have our glycemic index testing center for foods, wherein we have tested the glycemic properties of finger millet foods and preparations. We found that the glycemic property, that is the blood sugar raising property of finger millet balls, which is the most predominantly consumed form of finger millet, and finger millet flakes upma and plain cooked minimally polished grains of finger millet to have a higher glycemic index. And we also further one step ahead wanted to understand the day long glycemic response, that is the sugar response of ragi based diets in comparison to white rice based diets. And for the participants, we provided ragi based diets for the day, for the full day, starting from the breakfast, lunch and dinner preparations were provided, which were prepared from ragi, and for comparison white rice based preparations were given on a different day. The results of the study suggested that finger millet or ragi, in spite of higher dietary fiber contents, showed a similar sugar response, and this clearly indicated that in spite of dietary fiber, ragi based preparations were not showing a lower glycemic response as compared to fiber depleted normal white rice. So now, how do we consume ragi based preparations in our daily diet? We must avoid thin porridges and we must try to include larger proportions of whole grain pulses, legumes and vegetables along with any main course that contains finger millet in any form. Maybe it is a finger millet ball or a roti. Try to include more legumes, vegetables, and we must try to include fenugreek as well because it contains a lot of soluble fiber. And as we all know, food environment is very important and it governs the eating behavior of the population. And there is a definite need for scientific evidence based food products from ragi, and we at MDRF have developed products with added soluble fiber, especially resistant maltodextrin and fenugreek fiber, and these balances the nature of fiber in ragi based preparations, and these were shown to have a medium glycemic property. So, food industries should come forward to develop evidence based scientific products with favorable glycemic properties. Thank you.